Okay, push mower's finished product. As you can see, looks a little bit different from before. This one right here was not in the previous video. It was having a runnability issue that has since been fixed. It starts and runs really good. The focus on this video is primarily these two right here. There is one missing. Unfortunately, I got it all together, got the blade on, started for first pull, it started knocking. I don't know if the blade is hitting the deck, so possibly a bent crankshaft. It didn't seem to be vibrating too bad, or there's something underneath the cover that is hitting. If I had an extra day, I would have painted the deck and stuck this red Honda engine on that deck instead, but this here is a nice solid deck, and the Honda engine actually looks pretty good on this one right here. And no, the blade is not sticking down past, so it's just to the edge, which is okay. When this engine here was on there, it was definitely sticking down pretty low. And now this one right here is sitting right where you'd want it to keep it safe. So I ended up putting together a fairly nice machine with a bagger right here. This machine is side discharge, and the other black one is also side discharge. This one here originally did come from auction, not this engine. It had this engine here. Remember, it was on this deck here and came from auction. So I wanted to make it safer for the next owner. So this Honda engine went on here without any issues. The only big difference of Honda engines, they use 4 bolts. Most traditional lawnmowers only use 3. So one's not used, which isn't a big deal. I did have to drill in for the throttle choke and cable, but everything does function absolutely the way it needs to. I'm not going to fire it up. It is getting kind of later in the evening, and neighbors have young kids. This one right here was a very straightforward. Unfortunately, the deck did get chipped up a bit in a few spots. Nothing I could really do about that. But this one here starts first pull. This is a Honda clone engine. I could actually be a Honda. I'm not sure, judging by the way the dipstick is. The dipstick on this one is exactly the same as the dipstick on this one, and exactly the same as the dipstick on my other Honda push mower. So yeah, it could be a Honda, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. To be honest, even the air boxes are similar. It could also be a clone. But the real Honda here is an overhead cam. This one here is just an overhead valve. And this little guy here is also an overhead valve. So these 3 plus one more are all going to auction Friday, along with my Honda 3813. We're expecting road work here in the next couple months, so I don't really want to be sitting on push mowers waiting on people to come, especially when the road gets destroyed. So that's why I've decided to send all these back to auction. It'll technically be the first time for this base, but the engine's already been there. Second time for this base, first time for that engine, and this one right here, I bought it from auction the way it is. I didn't realize I actually paid $70 for this push mower right here. I bought it back in December of 23. So push mowers were really going out of style at that time because of the winter. And I figured, okay, buy it, hold on to it, and sell it in the spring. But now, since we're expected road work, I'm not going to sell it in the spring. I'll sell it at auction, and hopefully I make back more than what I have into it. It is push mower season, so I should do okay on this one. I'm hoping on this one to do really well, since it does have a bagger. People do love machines with baggers. And lastly, this one here, I'm hoping to get fairly decent on it. I only paid $35 for this one right here with that engine right there, which definitely is a steal of a deal. Starts first pull, runs absolutely beautifully, and it's quiet. So this Honda engine here is very quiet as well, which is nice. The other Honda push mower, the original Honda push mower I have, will be on auction as well. These three will be sold as running and functional. The other one's going to be sold as is, non-running, since it does smoke. The dirt bike is also going to auction. It's going to be sold as a runner and a driver. And the Honda 3813 is also going to auction, and obviously it'll be sold as a runner and driver. So I got a few other things that are going. Trying to clear out stuff from my late wife, and some of her stuff is going to auction as well. It's time to clear out some things slowly. I can't really do too much at a time due to my OCD. So anyways, that's pretty much where we're at right now on these right here. So yeah, kind of waste going back to auction, but really I'm doing what Randy does on auto auction rebuilds. Buy something, fixes it up a bit, and sends it back through auction, and hopefully make some money in the end. So that's what I'm hoping on these, to at least get back what I have into them. This here was pretty much free, so it was just the base I had to put on. This one right here, obviously, like I said, I paid $30 for it, and this one here I paid $70 for it. Didn't realize I paid that much for it. Definitely should get that back out of it. I would hope. If I see $100 on each of these, I would be happy. And same with the other one. I paid, I believe it was $100 for the other one that smokes. So being a Honda, they do normally bring a bit more money. So anyways, that's the conclusion to the push mowers. Yes, I wish I could have made this one a bagger, but it's kind of ran out of time at the end. Also, I did, like I said, drilled the handlebars for all the proper hookups. And the bagger deck I have isn't in the greatest condition. It's pretty rough. So these are the three best mower decks that I have. So these are the three best machines that are going, plus the other Honda that doesn't run. So anyways, that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.